I've got good news today and I've got bad news. Hi there, I'm Trevor, the EIDL expert. Linda Ray and I have taken some well-deserved and much-needed rest for the entire month of August. And as many of you know, we had closed our calendar for 1-hour consulting calls. Good news is we're coming back and we are roaring back with a lot of new videos. Especially, I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on the basics about the EIDL program for those of you who are managing your repayments, but maybe there are changes in your business, and we're going to do a deep dive into helping you manage your transactions with the SBA better. And again, if you've seen our videos before, please refer our videos to your attorney and your accountant, because we're seeing too many instances where those folks are giving you small business owners really bad advice about the SBA program. That is the good news. We're coming back, roaring back into action with a lot of good videos. And for those folks who are facing the challenge of repayments, especially with the impact that we've heard from you small business owners on our 1-hour calls and in our comments here on the YouTube channel, we're hearing how the tariffs have impacted you, how ICE raids have impacted businesses, either your business directly or other businesses that have pulled back on doing business because of concerns about employment practices. And this is for you trolls who are going to comment with your political nonsense. Those businesses that followed the federal regulations for hiring people, because there is a long-standing process where you can hire folks under certain circumstances by checking them with a federal website. And that's what we've heard about business owners. So we're going to talk about you business owners who have been impacted by those features, and also you folks who just really haven't gotten it back in action yet after the pandemic ended 3 years ago. Or there have been new challenges that have come up, and now you're faced with having to repay this COVID loan every month with an SBA which has a completely unforgiving, unrelenting, and uncompromising feature of how they are working with you. Wait, I'm sorry. They're not working with you. They currently have their 6-month payment assistance program, 50% reduction for 6 months. That is not helpful to anybody. And as I've said many times in these videos, if you owe taxes to the IRS, you can call them up and make a payment plan that fits your budget. And that can go on for several years, not 6 months. Again, SBA, you got to do better. Congress, you got to do better. But for you small business owners who may be facing these challenges I've just laid out, and you are concerned about contacting the SBA and working through this one-time only payment plan, we're going to do a deep dive on that process as well, starting in September when we come back from our holiday. Now for the bad news. Sadly, inflation has finally caught up to us here in our little home here in Connecticut. Linda Ray and I have been doing a lot of cost cutting to try to manage things and keep our fees for our guidebooks and our 1-hour consulting calls within reason that you could afford those fees, in terms of understanding that you're going through challenges and that money might be an issue. And so we have for the longest time attempted to accommodate with our fees. But effective October 1st, which is my birthday, we will be sadly increasing our 1-hour consulting call fee dramatically, and we will be increasing in the very near future the cost for our blueprint guidebooks, which we feel are currently priced at a very reasonable price, but we will be increasing those. Again, we are being impacted by the same economic forces that are impacting your business and your personal lives as well. And again, we understand that apart from Reddit, and you know how much I hate Reddit, apart from that, there's no other place you can go to get straight answers about the SBA COVID EIDL program except here. There are no other channels offering advice. There are attorneys out there advertising that they can help you, but I've seen their websites and I've heard from you folks in the 1-hour calls and on comments about the really bad advice those attorneys are offering and the fees. We had several people come into comments here claiming that some attorneys wanted to charge them $30,000 to manage bankruptcy and other features of the COVID EIDL. That's crazy. And when you compare that madness that's out there that you folks are facing and what we feel are our reasonable fees, we don't think it is unreasonable. If you want to book that 1-hour call with me, click on the link in the description, and right there you'll see the link on how to access our calendar, which will include the fee and the availability in the calendar. It's a really easy process we've set up for you. Also, we've included that link in the very top comment underneath this video. So if you click on comments will open up and you'll see the top comment, which is what we call a pinned comment, and the link is there. We're saying this to you because we get lots of folks coming into our comments saying, how do I book a call? I can't find the link, and etc. Still a few slots available at the current price, but on my birthday, October 1st, we are going to be increasing our prices dramatically because just like you, we also have to put food on the table. One last issue I want to discuss, which is the viability of us continuing to offer 1-hour consulting calls, continuing to do informational videos for you. When we look at the hard numbers and we look at how many folks are subscribed to our channel and consume our content relative to the number of people who actually pay for our products, buy our products, our guidebooks, or pay for our services, our consulting calls, it's a severe imbalance. And October 1st, I'm a Libra. We're all about balance. And the balance is really leading us to think, and we've said this to you folks before, that this consulting practice, this channel, may not be a viable business enterprise to continue much longer. I'm not saying to you folks, hey, you're going to miss out. You better do something about it by buying our products, clicking on the like and subscribe, and booking calls. But that's kind of what you have to do to prove to us that this content has value for you. And again, if you're going to come into our comments and abuse us and make rude comments about us as small business owners attempting to make a living and run a business, you will be shot out into outer space like that, because we check the comments frequently and often, even while we're on vacation. The other thing we've been doing on vacation is coming up with great ideas for our other channel called Simple Sense for Small Business, which will give you for free so much information, the kind of stuff that you can't get in an MBA program at a college, the kind of stuff that you need when you are running a business, the boring basics about running a business. And essentially, if you are running into challenges with income and revenue on your business, ideas that we've got on how you can find more customers, more clients, sell more products, sell more services, or discuss your pricing as we're doing on this video. Click on the link to get over to our other channel. Please consider subscribing because we're trying to grow that channel as well. And we are working on creating some special guidebooks to go along with that channel that will help you with all of those boring business basics that we have seen time and again in our consulting practice over the last 5.5 years, how folks often ignore these things to their detriment. So, our longstanding motto is, you can prepare and be resilient, or, you can fail to prepare and you can fail. That's kind of what our thinking is. For the month of August, on our holiday, we've been traveling around Connecticut and building up our Connecticut Road Trips channel, which we just discovered in July. We weren't really paying it a lot of attention, and all of a sudden we found out that it was blowing up. And I will tell you, it was blowing up bigger than this channel was. And so we've been spending more time working on building that channel. Again, when I tell you that this channel and this business may not be viable, we have hard and cold facts. We have proof. For you folks who are subscribed, for you folks who like our videos by hitting the thumbs up, for you folks who buy our products and our services, we truly, truly appreciate you. For the rest of you small business owners who are consuming our content for free, you need to look in the mirror and consider, do you want to waste your time going to the cesspool, Reddit, where it's the only place that you can get information? And I've got a couple of videos planned about that coming up in September that is sometimes can be helpful, but more often than not is really bad information, really bad advice. So for you folks who are not subscribed, who don't hit the thumbs up, who don't buy our products and services, think about it. whatever you are as a small business owner, if you're watching this video and you get value out of it, please tell us that you get that value. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It's a simple thing that you can do that will prove to us that you folks need us to hang around as the only resource in the entire United States with value, honesty, authenticity, and best of all, expertise about the SBA COVID EIDL program. I'm Trevor, the EIDL expert. I thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in September.